My reaction to that, Myanmar remains the official one. I pour scorn on the Western world for destroying Aung San Suu Kyi and making her a victim of the military because, I think I've explained it, that Myanmar is divided between the army that holds it together, the army founded by her father, the country founded by her father, and all she had as a balance to the army was her reputation as a freedom fighter and my newspaper columnist in Today, which I think was the greater honor. And then she somehow maneuvered to make herself the leading figure in Myanmar to start pushing the country towards democracy. The Rohingya problem comes up. Some idiots in my office in New York said, no, that's the problem of Myanmar. No, it's not the problem. That's the problem of the British, who created a subclass of subhuman Rohingya, brought them to Burma, a highly ethnically conscious country, and left them there and never gave them residence or citizenship. I have Burmese friends who are very rich, and they look at them as animals. That's the British legacy. Now comes the situation of the Rohingya. Aung San Suu Kyi had to balance the continuing tolerance of the army for her democratic moves against the racial hatred against the Rohingya. And what does the Western and those fairies, I call them fairies, in Oxford do? They tear her down. They remove her reputation. She had only the adoration of the world to stand up with against the army. They stripped her of all of that. Every step she made in the freedom of Burma, they erased, all so that they could feel well tearing her down. And what did the army realize at the end? That Aung San Suu Kyi, a woman who's done more than anyone for freedom, a woman who lost the affection of her son, who cannot forgive her because she refused to go to England to see her husband, their father, die, because she knew that if she went, she couldn't go back to her country. What did the West do? And now the army saw this woman has nothing. She has no name. She has no reputation. It's time to get her out of the way. And that's what happened. So my position is this. The army is indispensable to the unity of Myanmar. I told Aung San Suu Kyi, be careful of the West. The West destroyed Syria. The West destroyed Libya because they are hungry for oil. The West is hungry for the gas and oil of Burma. They're not interested in the freedom of Burma. They want Burma broken up into pieces so that they can prey on it. They said, the army alone can keep Burma together. Work with the army. But the army won't work with you if you don't count for it as a power in your own right. And those goddamn fairies, I don't want to use the word, but it's a two-syllable word. And Oxford tore her to pieces. And that was also the New York Times. They tore her to pieces. And so now where is she now? And where is Burmese democracy? 10 steps forward. Just for the liberals in the United States to feel good tearing down a woman, they have gone 20 steps back for Burmese democracy. That's my feeling. That's my policy. With Burma, we work with the powers around Burma to see if we can convince the great powers there, forget the United States. We talk to China. We talk to India. We say, can we go back to the status quo and can we go back and put the mother of Burmese democracy back there and then resume the progress towards the freedom that you and I got at EDSA? You know what I mean? My God. So if this department will never listen to the West on this issue, never. And in fact, most Asian countries are looking to our leadership, to my leadership, as a more nuanced approach to the Burmese problem. Because the last thing we want is to work with the countries in the West who destroyed Burmese democracy. I'm so angry because I met that woman. She worked with me as a writer. She's brilliant. And she gave everything in herself to make her people free. And the West destroyed her, all for their sissy sentiments. They're human rights sentiments. When you know what? I challenge every single critic of Suu Kyi. Any one of you stand up who's ever fought up for freedom? Any of you suffered for freedom? We did, right, Risa? We did. You and I did. Those faggots, not a single one of them did. And they dared judge that woman. Well, now my job is to try to put her back. Maybe convince the powers that be. The status quo ante was working. Let's see if you can go back together. But the last thing, the last people I will listen to is a white face on this issue. And I charge all my people in the Department of Foreign Affairs. You listen to a white man, you listen to white opinion, and you're finished.